We often believe that success is the ultimate goal, but what if, in chasing it, we lose everything that truly matters? Siddharth, a man who had everything yet nothing, learned this lesson when life forced him to stop and reflect. Story. Siddharth Roy was a 38-year-old architect, a man known for designing grand skyscrapers but failing to build meaningful relationships. His wife Ananya had grown tired of waiting for him, and his 10-year-old son Arav barely knew him. But Siddharth convinced himself that his sacrifices were necessary for their future. One night, Siddharth was in his office, finalizing a multi-million-dollar project. The city skyline stretched before him, a testament to his success. Yet his phone sat silent, no calls from home, no messages from loved ones. A sharp pain struck his chest, and before he could react, his vision blurred. The room spun, and darkness swallowed him. A glimpse into the past. Siddharth woke up, not in a hospital, but in his childhood home. His father, who had passed away years ago, sat before him, smiling warmly. "Welcome back, son," his father said. Siddharth looked around in disbelief. "Where am I? Am I dead?" His father chuckled. "Not yet, but you were close. Life has given you a second chance. Walk with me." As they walked, Siddharth saw moments from his past unfolding before him. His son Arav was on stage at a school play, scanning the crowd with hopeful eyes. Siddharth had promised to be there, but he had been caught in a meeting. Arav's hopeful face slowly turned to disappointment when he didn't see his father. The scene changed. Ananya sat alone at a dinner table, staring at a candlelit setup for two. Their anniversary. Siddharth had forgotten, too preoccupied with work to even send a message. Another moment surfaced. His mother leaving a voicemail, her voice filled with love and longing. "Beta, I know you are busy, but call me when you have time. I miss you." He had ignored it, thinking he'd call later. But later never came. A week later, she was gone. Siddharth fell to his knees, overwhelmed with guilt. "I didn't mean to hurt them. I thought I was doing the right thing." His father placed a hand on his shoulder. "Time doesn't wait, son. You can build the tallest buildings, but what good are they if you have no one to share them with? A second chance, or a cruel joke?" Siddharth gasped as he woke up in a hospital bed, his heart pounding. Machines beeped around him. His chest ached, but it was nothing compared to the ache in his heart. Ananya and Arav sat by his side, their faces tear-streaked. "You almost left us, Siddharth," Ananya whispered. "Don't you see? We don't need your success. We need you." For the first time in years, Siddharth truly saw them. He reached out, holding Ananya's hand, then Arav's. "I'm so sorry. I promise I'll be better." Days passed, and Siddharth made a decision. He resigned from his high-stress job and started his own small firm, one that allowed him to be present. He became Arav's biggest cheerleader, never missing a single event. He and Ananya rekindled their love, finding joy in the simple moments. One afternoon, Arav ran up to him, waving a drawing. It was a house, a beautiful one, with 3 smiling figures in front. "Dad, I designed this. Can we build it together?" Siddharth smiled, his heart full. "Yes, son. Let's build it together," a harsh reality. Just as Siddharth was beginning to live his life differently, strange things started happening. His memories seemed to flicker. One moment he was playing with Arav in the park, and the next he was back in his office, drowning in blueprints and deadlines. He woke up in his hospital bed again, the same beeping machines, the same white walls. But this time there was no Ananya, no Arav. A nurse walked in. "Doctor, he's awake," she called out. A doctor entered, checking his vitals. "Siddharth, you've been in a coma for 2 weeks. You suffered a heart attack in your office." His mind raced. "No, that can't be. I was with my family. I quit my job. I had changed." The doctor exchanged a glance with the nurse. "You've been unconscious since the day you collapsed. Whatever you saw, Siddharth, it wasn't real." Panic set in. "No, that was real. I was with them." Tears welled up in his eyes as the horrifying truth sank in. It was all in his mind, a glimpse of the life he could have had, but never did. Ananya and Arav weren't by his side because they had already moved on. The night he collapsed, Ananya had been packing her bags. She had finally given up on him. He had been given a vision, not a second chance. The final choice. Days passed, and Siddharth was discharged from the hospital. He returned to his empty apartment, staring at the family photos that once brought warmth, but now only reminded him of his failure. But this time, he didn't sink into despair. He had lost time, but he wasn't going to waste what was left. He searched for Ananya and Arav. It took time, effort, and patience, but he won them back. Not with money, but with love and presence. He knew he could never undo the past, but he could change the future. One day, Arav ran up to him, waving a drawing. It was a house, a beautiful one, with 3 smiling figures in front. Siddharth smiled, this time with real gratitude. Yes, son, let's build it together. Moral of the story, you may not always get a second chance, but if life gives you one, don't waste it. Don't wait until it's too late to realize what truly matters.